Now, Take the High Ground. This film was directed by Hollywood's favourite temperamental tyrant, at one time in history, Mr. Richard Brooks. Fitting that the infamously rage-prone Brooks would helm this picture. This was among the few pictures in his career that he did not have a hand in writing the script. Perhaps he saw himself in its narrative and felt compelled to helm. But yes, this is a film where early 1950s American testosterone was disciplined. At a US Army training fort in El Paso, Texas, coyly titled Fort Bliss. Richard Widmark and Cole Malden portray two drill sergeants tasked with making soldiers out of the latest recruits. The two sergeants served together on the front lines in Korea. Cole Malden's Laverne Holt is seemingly comfortable in his new role, though Richard Widmark's Fawn Ryan resents this duty and desires to return to combat. The two men butt heads over Ryan's rough treatment of the recruits, including exposing them to tear gas as a kind of sick preparation. The presence of Elaine Stewart, Julie Mollison, causes further trouble as both men develop a romantic interest in her. Poor Julie is a young, widowed, seemingly alcoholic, well, she certainly frequents the bar a bunch, in a state of apparent indecision and confusion. Some of the recruits grow to resent Ryan in particular for his vicious treatment of them. Some of their resentment grows homicidal in nature. I can't say I would laud this film as a depiction of challenged masculinity. In fact, for one of its contemporaries offering something similar and more successful, at least to my recollection, try 1952's The Lusty Men, directed by Nicholas Ray. I mean, of course, right? In fact, I find it somewhat surprising that this film was nominated for Best Original Screenplay. I assume there was something else. I assume there was nothing else amongst the competition. But there was the script. Apparently, there was the script for Anthony Mann's The Naked Spur up for the award as well. The winner is that 50s Titanic film, the one that isn't A Night to Remember, which I have not seen, nor the other two nominees. The Naked Spur, however, that film is something sensational. Anyway, what I do appreciate this film for is its somewhat vulgar illustration, courtesy of some rather nice Anxo colour, aka Agfa colour, of a zeitgeist. It is fascinating to observe the stiff upper lip mentality of the day, and this fairly engaging examination of it makes for, I think, intriguing viewing. Don't expect a fantastic drama, or an entertaining romp akin to a Proto-Fullmetal Jacket. Focus your expectations upon what it communicates intentionally or intrinsically about its era. I actually am mildly fascinated by that early period of the 1950s in America, prior to the advent of Elvis on television, let's say. The war was won, America is dominant, and let's keep out the attitude that made it this way. I mean, predominantly it is a story about Richard Widmark's character and his coming to terms with training these recruits, and then also with Julie and the subsequent love triangle so common of 50s melodrama. I don't name melodrama as a pejorative, though in films about more serious subject matter it can feel jarring. Obviously it was something of an inherent trope of Hollywood productions of this time, so one can take it or leave it. This film overall, I'll take it. It isn't anything spectacular, but it is a fun slice of 1953, and it tastes tangy, archaic, but kind of interesting. Hopefully you've deduced whether you'll enjoy this artifact or not.